Berlin, 1962. A city divided by concrete, barbed wire, and fear. On one side, freedom. On the other, oppression. A tunnel. A lifeline. A gamble. This is the story of Tunnel 29, the great escape beneath the Berlin Wall. Thousands tried to escape. Some succeeded. Many died. But in the shadows of West Berlin, a group of young students decided to dig. After World War II, Berlin was split into East and West. The East, controlled by the Soviet-backed GDR, became a prison for its own people. But beneath the surface, a secret was being carved out of the earth. On August 13, 1961, the Berlin Wall went up overnight. Families were torn apart. Streets were severed. Freedom became a memory. They were mostly students, idealists, engineers, sons of refugees. Led by a man named Joachim Rudolph, who had escaped East Berlin himself. Their goal: dig a tunnel from a basement in West Berlin to a building in the East. The distance? 135 meters. The risk? Everything. They worked in shifts, often at night. The tunnel was narrow, damp, and dangerous. They used shovels, buckets, and sheer willpower. Every sound had to be muffled. Every vibration could alert the Stasi. One mistake and they'd be arrested, or worse. The East German secret police, the Stasi, were everywhere. Informants, wiretaps, surveillance. The diggers knew they were being watched. They changed locations, used false names, and kept their circle tight. At one point, the tunnel nearly collapsed. Water seeped in. The air grew toxic. But they kept digging. They weren't just building a tunnel. They were building hope. On October 3, 1962, the tunnel was ready. The diggers sent word to their contacts in East Berlin. One by one, 29 people crawled through the narrow passage. Women, children, lovers, brothers. Some had waited for months. Others came at the last minute. Each step was a leap of faith. The final escapee emerged just as the Stasi closed in. The tunnel was discovered days later. but it had done its job. "29 lives saved. 29 futures reclaimed." The story of Tunnel 29 was kept quiet for years. The diggers feared retaliation. The tunnel became a symbol, not just of escape, but of resistance. In 2019, the BBC released a podcast detailing the escape. Millions listened. The world remembered.
Tunnel 29 wasn't the only escape tunnel, but it was one of the most daring. It showed that even in the darkest times, courage can carve a path to freedom. The Berlin Wall fell in 1989, but the spirit of Tunnel 29 lives on, in every act of defiance, every fight for liberty. Would you have crawled through that tunnel? Would you have dug it? This was Tunnel 29, the great escape beneath the Berlin Wall. Subscribe for more enriching documentaries that reveal the hidden stories behind history's headlines.